So welcome back to Vibing with Andwele. Uh, Thank you for your continuous support. So before I begin, as you can realize here, I'm using my microphone that I got from Timu. So if you're in the US and you have not signed up, have not tried it out as yet, then the link is in the bio. Click on the link and you'll get a 30% discount on your first order, or use my code that is appearing on the screen right now and you will receive a 30% discount. All right, so let's go. I'm going to just be talking about the steps, all of the things that need to be done after landing, coming off the plane. So if you want to learn more, then just keep on watching. This video is a continuation or a part two to the last video that is will be hovering in the top right corner. So if you have not watched the video on the process of migrating, then go ahead and watch that. So today's video I'll be talking about living in the US. All right, so let's go. So we're talking about living in the US, and again, I wrote down a few things in a notebook that I'll be using. So just to do a recap, so you know that you will have to um, apply for a program, and I spoke about all the different programs that I know about that most persons who I know went with. So I spoke about that in the first video that was posted. Again, the link will be somewhere. It's a necessity that you gather all of your documents. So get one of those plastic folders or some type of folder, put all your documents together. So your DS 2019, getting your um, that intent, length of intent that you got from the school, um, all of those important stuff. So your birth certificate, your degree, you need a degree, all of those important documents. So you put those together, ensure that you pack all of your necessities. So ensure that you have some seasoning, you have some medication that will last you for a while because healthcare in the US is expensive. Yeah, and any other necessities. All right, so what to do after landing? So it's very important that you ensure that the phone that you have, it is one that will work outside of the country. For me, I remember I had a warm time. I had a new phone. I had a newly released phone, Samsung A52, and when I reached at the airport, I was supposed to be picked up by someone. I had a warm time. Like I couldn't get any signal. You know, phone wasn't picking up. Phone wasn't picking up. I remember I had to stop a complete stranger and ask them for a call to call the person so that they could know where I was. So you need to ensure that you have a phone that works and it is unlocked. So not a phone that is you can only use a Digicel or a Lime chip, because as soon as you land, the first thing that you need to do is to get a SIM. You're going to get a SIM card, and let me just speak about that. So without your social security number is very important in doing a lot of business. So almost everything that you're going to do, you need your social security number. And seeing that you're new to the country, if you have not um, come to the country before, if you came on like a work and travel program, then be different for you. But if this is your first time, then getting a SIM card or a phone will take you a while. So there are two plans. So a prepaid plan where you pay before you get the service, and it includes a limited amount of internet. You can get call and text and so forth. That's across the line. That is how the plans work. But with postpaid, you pay, at the end of the month for all that you have used. You get unlimited call, unlimited text, and depending on the plan that you select, you might get a limit to the amount of data that you can use. But if you when you're new to the country, if you don't have a social security number, you have to go on a prepaid plan until you get your social. Then you can go ahead and get a postpaid. That will cost you about maybe a $50, $60 just to get the SIM card and to get the plan. Again, the phone comes with internet, unlimited call, and text. So you need to get your phone because you will be calling persons in the US and you need internet. And before you even go to your apartment, if you got to secure an apartment, again, apartment more than likely will be empty. Or even if you're going to be staying with someone, if they do not have the facility, then the first place that you need to go is to Walmart. So Walmart, get a ear bed and also get a few little necessities that you might need right before going home, because again, your the house will be unfurbished, so therefore you're going to need something to sleep on. So yeah, so go to Walmart, get your SIM, and then go home, start unpacking, prepare. So in those few days that follow, that will be days that you'll be going around to get other different stuff done. So the first of those would be to start out your SSN, so your social security number. All right, so there's offices around the place. So you need to find the office. Um, I think there's an online form that you can fill out to save time. If you do not do that, then you have to go in, fill out a form with the information, wait for them to call you. You go and you will sign and all of that. Show them your papers. You're going to need your I-94. You're going to need proof of payment. Did I pay? I don't remember if I paid. I think there might be a fee. Was there a fee? You're going to need a confirmation sheet or something. But all of the information will be on the site, and your program manager, whosoever, will give you all of this information. So they won't just throw you out there and say, go and look about this without telling you how the process goes. But just know that you'll need to get that done the first couple of days of you arriving in the US. Because again, the SSN is very important for you to get a house, for you to get a vehicle, proper vehicle, for you to get a credit card, open some bank accounts, and so forth. Every single thing requires a social security and good credit, right? So yeah, so that's the first thing that you need to get done. um, if you're in South Carolina, then you need to get the TB test done. They give you about 2 weeks after entering the country to do the TB test, and you have to bring that to the district, the results, bring that to the district, or yeah, you need to get that information to the district. The next thing is to open a bank account. So again, the program manager explained and told us which account to open. There are some banks that will allow you to open a bank account without an SSN, but you have to show your letter of intent. You need to show I-94, and you can get that from the government's website, which shows that you enter the country and you'll be here for this amount of time and so forth. So the I-94 will be the substitute until you get all of your documents. So I-94, the letter of intent, is very important, and your DS 2019. So those documents, you need to have them every time you're going to do business, because they're going to need to see those, as well as your passport. So with those documents, you can go ahead and open a bank account. For persons in my area, we used Choice. I think I think everybody used Choice Bank. That was the easiest one to get open an account with, and but you don't get the card at the same time. It takes about a week, 2 weeks for the card to be mailed to you. So you need to open the account, and whenever the loan lands in the account, so you have to go to the bank if you don't get the card to withdraw enough money to sustain you until you get your card, your debit card. So open a bank account. The next thing is to go and to do fingerprinting. So I had to do fingerprinting for the police record in Jamaica. But when you arrive in the US, you have to go ahead and do your fingerprinting. So there's a cost for that. I don't remember the cost, but again, all of that information will be. I think it was maybe about $100, about $100. I don't think it wasn't all that expensive. However, you need to pay for that. You need to print that receipt, bring that with you. You select your appointment, go to the center where the fingerprinting will be done, and go for your appointment. Go for your appointment, and then they will do your fingerprinting. Um, and yeah, so you will be registered into the US system, I assume. Uh, so after you do your fingerprinting, the next thing is to sign documents at your district office. So there will be a specific time when they will do like an orientation at the district office and also allow you to sign different documents, all of your documents, so the tax documents, if you have dependents. Also take your ID photo because the district is the one that does most of those stuff. Give you your ID, and if you have any outstanding documents, then you bring it in on that day. uh yeah, so go there and also try to get your certification. So I started the process of applying for my certification, my South Carolina teacher certification from in Jamaica. So you have to fill fill out a form, and you need to upload a whole lot of documents, your letter of intent, your passport, proof of some different proof of identifications and so forth. Upload those. There are several sections, and again, the agency was detailed in helping us how we should go about doing that, right? So I filled that out, and it took a while. I remember I didn't get the certificate until about November, December, somewhere about. But it's very vital that you start the process from as soon as you get the visa and so forth. So try to start doing the certification. Um, to get the certificate, sorry, then you need to go ahead and try to get furniture, right? So either new or used. So this is the US. Some person throw out some very new stuff. This is not fitting to their design or their setting, so they just throw it out, right? They buy something, oh, this is white, it's not the same color, I don't want it, they throw it out. So there's a lot of persons who sell second-hand furniture. You can get second-hand furniture. If you don't want that route, then furniture stores and all of that, Walmart is there. You can purchase stuff, assemble it yourself, or pay for it to be assembled. But anyway, you need to get furnitures, clothes, home items, pot, everything you can think about. You're starting over a new life. This is for a person who is moving on your own. If you're living with family, then this will not count for you. The next thing is to figure out transportation. So as I said in the previous video, where I currently live, transportation, bus, Uber, and those stuff are not readily available. As such, had to rely on persons, colleagues and friends and so forth to bring us around. So buying a vehicle is something that should be in the near future. If you do not have the money at hand, then you need to start saving for that so that you can get that if it is a necessity. If it's not needed, then you don't really have to go force and to do it. You can drive in the US with your Jamaican license for a little while, but you have to, whether or not you have a license, you still have to go through the process of getting a US or a state license. So I still had to, even though I had a Jamaican license, I had to go to the DMV and went through the written test and do the road test to get a South Carolina driver's license. And again, when you are doing that, you're going to need the same set of documents. You're going to need your passport, you're going to need your I-94, you're going to need a letter from the district to state that you are employed. You're going to need one or two proof of address. So a letter, any type of letter with your name, um, any two letter, and we get letters very frequently, right? So just bring two of those as your proof of address, and yeah, just go ahead and do the driving test. So cars, there are a whole lot of car dealerships. If you want to purchase a new car, that's an option. Just know that the interest rate is going to be very high if you're taking out a loan, because again, you're not established in the US. Your social security number, when they run your social security number, it's going to come up as, it's going to be very low because you do not have an established credit score, right? So they might not see a credit score, or if they see one, it might be very low. So the credit score ranges from 300 to I think about 700, 800, somewhere there. And a good credit score is anything above 650 or 700, right? So, and if you're new into the country, just open an account, or just get a credit card, then your credit score is not going to be above 650, right? So, interest rate might be expensive, but the good thing about it is that after you have become established, a year later you can go ahead and refinance your loan, get it at a very low interest rate. That's one option. Or if you have the cash, then you can purchase a vehicle cash, and you don't have to go through the stress of interest and so forth. Yeah. And just becoming at home, the culture will be a bit different, right? There will be things that will be different from what we're accustomed to, but you just have to you just have to condition your mind and to just know what it is that is your end goal, know what your end goal is, what it is that you want to accomplish, and just go after that, right? So those were the few things that I had written down for living in the US. Yeah, and just live your best life, explore, save, right? So don't get too crazy with this cheap stuff and the different options. No, and the quick delivery that you forget to save monthly, because remember, your aim is not to just come to a new country and to just waste your money just like that, and at the end of the time you don't see anything. So remember, take out before you start spending or doing anything. Take out, save a portion, reinvest. There are a lot of different ways, not just to put your money in the bank, but to invest it. So open an investment account and start saving the money, so that at the end of the couple of years you can have something, or if anything happens, God forbid, then you can have something to fall back on. All right, so I think that is it. If there is any more questions about the process of migrating, or process of doing things after landing in the US, then go ahead and shoot them in the comment section. Before you go, remember, like, share, and subscribe to this video, and stay tuned for more video. I'm out.